What's good, Aquarius? I'm Chris. Welcome to your February Taroscope. So Aquarius, happy Aquarius season, right? Jumping into this with full force, and I think there's a lot of energy going on for you guys this month, right? Before we jump into the reading, I just want to make a few quick notes. I'm in the process of building a website that should be ready to launch in March. And what that means is that I will be shutting down my Etsy site, which is where I sell my readings now. So I'm currently listing all my private readings at about 25% off, just a clearance to get them all out. When those are all sold, the shop will shut down and everything will move to my website. So if you've ever been interested in one, you can lock in that price now. It's never going to be that cheap, so go ahead and check that out. Also, for the month of February, I'm offering mini love readings. Super affordable, just if you want to get an idea of what you have in store for you for love, check that out as well. PayPal donations in the link below. Those have been like breaking my heart with like happiness. So filling my heart with happiness. I can't believe that I've even been getting those, and it means so much that you guys like these videos that much. So you can check that out as well as my Instagram. I'm posting my weekly readings there and just a lot of other fun stuff. So check me out there if you're interested. All right, so Aquarius, let's go ahead and jump into it. When I was meditating on your sign in the start of this reading, I felt a couple of things, right? So first of all, what I felt was just the enlightenment of the mind. It feels like Aquarius's mind, Aquarius's intellect is like sharp as fuck and just like super aware, super perceptive of everything that's going on around you. I think you guys right now are really creative. I think you guys are really like looking to the future, making plans, putting ideas into motion, like thinking a lot about what's coming up next for you guys, right? And on that note, it's like you guys are seeing so far in the distance right now, like, you know, you're the visionaries, right? And I think what's also happening now is that Aquarius really needs their own cup to be filled. I think that you guys, and if you're someone watching this for an Aquarius, listen closely to this part. I think Aquarius wants people to be showing them love right now. I think Aquarius needs affection. I think Aquarius needs people who are going to be supportive of you, giving you love, making you feel good, you know, like just making you feel supportive in the way that you're so used to supporting other people. And so I think this month, Aquarius, it's also good, not too bad for you to like go ahead and give that to yourself in a way. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you feel like you need friendship, if you feel like you need connection and intimacy, you don't have to go putting yourself out there in a big way, but reach out to somebody, right? And open up connections yourself. But again, if you're someone watching this from an Aquarius, do reach out to them and do show them love and support because they need it right now. And what part of the reason for that, Aquarius, is that I think that you guys have been seeing the people around you like doing really well, right? I think you guys have been seeing people around you thriving, people around you getting the things that they want and they need. And part of the reason those people are doing so well, Aquarius, you know that you partly are helping people get there, right? It's people who you supported. It's people who you've given stuff to. It's people who you were there for. And now they're thriving and now they're doing well. And now it's like, it's your turn, Aquarius. It's your turn to focus your energy on yourself, to get your cup filled, but also to fill it yourself, you know? To take this attention. It reminds me of like something that RuPaul said once, right? How the thing that shook him out of his stupor, the thing that took him out of the club, that made him put the drink down and get serious about his career, was seeing people around him like doing really well. And he's like, that basic bitch is doing better than me, you know? So Aquarius, I think that's the energy you're getting at right now, is being tired of seeing other people thrive, especially people who you have helped get to where they are. And now, Aquarius, this month, this season, it's all about you taking care of you and doing your own thing, right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it and see, Aquarius, what the cards have to say about what's going on for you in the month of February. Middle of central situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is Aquarius right here, right now. I think you guys are feeling kind of okay with your finances. I think that you've been working really hard towards a certain thing, but I also think that with the Ten of Pentacles, what we're looking at here is sort of hitting a level, right? Like you've accomplished this level of the game. You're ready, you've beat this part, right? And so this is what I meant by like you guys saying that you guys are really looking forward towards what comes next. really looking forward to advancing in a big way, to accomplishing big things, because you guys are feeling okay kind of right now with regards to your material world, with regards to your accomplishment and your successes. But for me, I'm thinking that this is just a feeling of like okayness, right? For some signs, like this would be great. You need security, you need comfort. But I think in a way, Aquarius is sort of ready to take risks. Aquarius is ready to go to the next level. Aquarius is ready to put themselves out there in a new way. So for some of you, you could have maybe been feeling like you hit a plateau in your career, and now it's time to innovate and invent and like go out of a safe space and put yourself out there towards the things you want to accomplish right now. For some of you, it could be like your home life is getting stale. Like there's something here about this Ten of Pentacles energy that is comfortable and strong and feels good. But then there's also a sense here, especially because we have like such an airy sign like you guys that needs spontaneity. You know, like you guys are Uranus. You guys are ruled by Uranus, and this is not Uranus energy. This is the energy of, you know, comfort and security, right? And I think what you guys want is that spontaneity, that adventure, that excitement, that newness, right? That, oh, sorry, my cat decided to lie down under and shook the camera. That newness. I think that there's just a staticness that to your energy that you may have been feeling, which is now inspiring you guys to kind of move forward towards the next big thing in your lives. Out with the old, in with the new, Aquarius. Time to innovate. Time to create. And then we have another 10 here. We have the 10 of Wands. So I actually think that this is coming up in like the position of your ideals here. So what's happening here, Aquarius, is exactly this. I think you want to take on a challenge. I think that the Aquarius spirit right now is feeling super confident and feeling super in control and really ready to like take on more. And what's happening here though, and also, you know, I did say that you guys want to be supported, but I think when it comes to your careers, when it comes to what you're doing in that regard, I think that there's actually an air of independence here, and there's an air of like almost kind of wanting to do it yourself. So when I say Aquarius' cup needs to be filled, I don't really think that's with regards to your business and your career. I think it's personal, right? And that makes sense, because like if you guys are artists or creative people or anything like that, or whatever it is that you do, your personal life being fulfilled there, feeling like overflowing emotions and love and support actually spills into your career ambitions. But I think a part of what this is saying, Aquarius, with the 10 of Wands, is that you know, for some signs this is a burden, and for you, I think you kind of want the burden. I think you want to push to the next level. You want to take on more challenges right now. You want to like push yourself to the limits of what's possible for you, what you're capable of accomplishing, what you're capable of achieving. So that's a really good start, Aquarius. I think that your head is in the space. Do you see how it's like moving? You see what I meant about the static energy, how we move from the 10 of earth to the 10 of fire. So it's like more passion, it's more excitement, it's stimulation. It's even if it's hard, even if it's tough, even if like you break down a little bit in certain ways, like I think you know the bigger picture, Aquarius, right now is that you're building yourself up into a new person, and you're just ready to do more, be more, go bigger places. Some of you might be moving, some of you might need to like moving to accomplish the things you want. Some of you might need to like change jobs. There's a sense here with the 10 of Wands of movement, right? Of in the way I'm seeing it now, of movement, of carrying that bundle of wands. This is almost like your accomplishments, your achievements, all the things you've done, and moving forward with it into the next phase of your life. And in a way, once you get there, it's like you can drop that bundle of wands. You don't have to be reliant on your experience. This is not resting on your laurels. This is sort of just using your laurels to get you to the next place in your life, where you then have the ability to innovate and start over. You see again. So we're kind of going around the circle here in a timeline, and we have the King of Pentacles here, sort of in the past position. So I think, Aquarius, it's again like the business element, the organization of what you've been doing has been feeling okay, right? It feels like you've made good moves. You've saved and invested your money. You laid good plans, right? You've kind of but you see the way that the king's face looks, sometimes I look at this and I see somebody who is very peaceful, is very calm, is very put together, you know, is just calm and cool and collected and looking out towards the world with open hands. And I think that's how you guys had been, right? When I said in the beginning, kind of calm and collected. Oh, I think I wrote that in my notes, but I think I forgot to mention that. When I wrote in my notes for my meditation on you guys was that there's a feeling of being refreshed, right? And so I think there might have been some difficult times that's coming. There might be some readiness to drop a weight, right? To drop a burden. And that's what I meant with the 10 of Wands. It's like you have this burden that you're carrying with you, these responsibility, this work experience, but now you're ready to get to the next place where you can drop it off and start new. And the King of Pentacles is telling me that, you know, you've done what you needed to do here. It's almost like you reached the last level. We have 10, 10, and now the King. This is all cards of culmination. These are cards of reaching the end of something, right? Like mastery of something, mastery of a phase of your life. So you guys have been, again, doing the work. You've been putting in the effort. You've been making the right move so far, right? And with the King of Pentacles now, I think what I'm thinking of is almost like the Queen of Pentacles, where, great, you did the part where your external world looks pretty okay. You've done the part where you were responsible and did hard work and all that stuff. But now what about the heart, right? What about the passion? What about the thing that gets you fired up? Like maybe you've been working a secure job that's not cutting it for you anymore, right? Maybe you've been making safe moves that like, and now it's time to move forward. And here we have the full moon. So again, guys, 4 cards so far where we're talking about culmination, we're talking about reaching a peak, right? Where we're talking about getting to a point where you've hit your maximum, you've kind of hit the ceiling, right, of what you were doing. 10, 10, King, full moon. You see what I'm talking about here, right? So with the full moon, what this also does is it sheds light. It sheds light on what you're about. It sheds light on what you want. And let me see if I can get the reflection going, because I love that little glittery ass shit, because I'm extra as fuck and like anything sparkly and holographic. I don't know if the light is going to let us see it here. There you go, a little bit. I love this card. But with the full moon, right, what happens is that it sheds light. It gives us things meaning. We get perspective, right? But then it's also a time when energy is at its peak, right? And traditionally, like magically speaking, or mystically speaking, the time of the full moon is a time to manifest. It's when all the energy we've been putting out into the world, we have that energy now to make things happen. So Aquarius, I think you've been making things happen. But then also the implication of the full moon is that the moon is cyclical. And so when it's at its peak, it's kind of a reminder that now we're on this downward slope, where now we're moving towards the new moon, where now it's, I think, a time to let go of the old. The whole theme here so far, Aquarius, is refreshment. It's like a reboot here. It's like just starting over in a new way, and I don't. Some things are going to get left behind. Some people might get left behind. But this is really about nourishing yourself, and I think that you've just kind of done all you could so far with what you had available to you, and then you see, guys. Like, am I a little? I was like, you're what? What did I say about filling your cup? And then we get the cup, the Ace of Cups in reverse. So where's this water going? It got spilt out, right? There's been a lack of emotional satisfaction with Aquarius. And Aquarius, we don't really talk about your emotions that much, right? Because that's not really like your thing, but we're all human, right? And you need your cup filled as well. Guys, how much clearer can the cards be? Your cup is not filled. It's literally upside down. Water spilling out of it, not into it. So in this quest, I think to accomplish the things you've accomplished, and in this mode where you guys are hustling and making things happen for yourself, I think the emotional part of it got a little neglected. I think like the high gear creativity, I think the emotional satisfaction in love and relationships, I think it's about not feeling as cared for and provided for as you've been making sure other people feel, Aquarius. And so now we're reaching this part of the past where, again, we're kind of hitting a turning point. I'll show you guys the cards as we wrap up. And you can see it kind of goes around in a circle the way I lay the spread out. So you'll see as we're reaching the turning point where we're looking towards the future, what's the last card of the past that we're looking at here is the point where you guys get pushed to this point where you just need to be filled. You're tired of being disappointed. You're tired of putting yourself second. You're tired of giving so much to others and not getting enough in return. And it's not necessarily that you have to be cynical or angry with other people, Aquarius. It's more about making yourself aware right now of what you need to give to yourself and what you need to demand of yourself, right? Demand for yourself. So here we have the Seven of Cups. So in this position where we're turning around from this emotional like destituteness to this feelings of not having much going on for you, for maybe even, you know, having, I think there's some of you might have had fights or distances with loved ones, some potential breakups here, some potential, you know, even if you didn't break up, maybe just not feeling so good about your relationship, not feeling so good about, you know, your family support system. I think with some of you guys, it's just no one is giving you, Aquarius, what you need, and no one is giving you what you deserve. And then here we have at the turning point, we have the Seven of Cups. So now it's like you have all these options in front of you with this cup, right? This is what I meant before about seeing far and seeing wide and being really enlightened and awake, right? Like now all of a sudden you have all these different options for where you want to put your energy, about people you want to put your energy into. And with this card, there's sort of a sense that you're not like really putting your investment into anything that doesn't make sense anymore, right? You see the way like the skeleton's pointing the sword in that cup and then the coins are falling into that cup. Sometimes like this card represents, you know, illusions. It represents sins and bad things. But here for you guys right now, I think that what it is about making smart choices about where you want to put your energy and knowing like what you have to offer, and now like putting it into things that now make you feel fulfilled. And this is what I said before about filling your own cup, right? Like again, I want to focus really hard on those coins falling into that cup and the sword point. It's like there's direction, there's drive, there's focus, there's like picking what works for you and what doesn't work for you anymore. That's related to what is going to give you what you want. So Aquarius, I think a lot of you are just done with what you've been doing. I think that there's been a lot of sort of neglect, again with the Seven of Cups, maybe a little neglect of your feelings, right? You guys are a sign that can say like, you know, let me put my emotions aside because there's work to get done, because there's things to do. Let me not really take care of my feelings that much and just focus on what needs to get done. And now is the time, Aquarius, where you can't lie to yourself about what you need anymore. You need to take seriously, you know, your needs and what you need to give yourself and where your energy needs to go. I always get confused. Okay, so we have the first quarter moon here, right? And so with the first quarter moon, what we're going into the future is we're in a place, like what I've been saying this whole time, of balance, of being in between the past and the future, of figuring out exactly what no longer fits me and what actually do I need to embrace and grow and nurture. So these two cards together are sort of like being a little stuck still in the way things have been, still maybe having some things around you that just don't feel good. To me right now, the Seven of Cups with this card is kind of like saying like there are lingering things that are maybe like affecting your emotions, lingering things that are bothering you. But the bright side of this, Aquarius, is that we are now moving towards a place where this part of the moon gets bigger and bigger and bigger and in a new way. So unlike the full moon where like you hit a roadblock, now we have choices here. Now we have choices about what fills this void, right? What not just on focus on getting rid of this, but focus on filling this up. So right now, Aquarius, what for the things that are going to make you feel abundant, you need to focus on growing those things and moving in that direction, not so much on the negative, right? You don't need to, I'm not asking you to sit in your feelings and think too much about things, but you do need to start moving towards growing this part of your life and growing up, like what feels like it's coming to you, what is coming in your direction, what can you see in the future. Like right now, Aquarius, it's time to innovate. It's time to do things that other people aren't doing. And I think you have enough expertise and knowledge in what it is that you've been good at to know like what's new, what's fresh, what's innovative, what's going to get people's attention, right? What's gonna put me on the platform of being the creative genius that I fucking am. And then you see what I said about newness? See what I said about newness in your careers? The Ace of Wands, are you joking? New opportunities, Aquarius. Like, I'm saying this before the cards even come out. New opportunities, new passions. This is a time right now where I think Aquarius has to really nurture the inner child. And what I mean by that is, in addition to taking care of your emotions and treating yourself gently and with sensitivity, I think it's also time to get in touch with your passions, right? The things that excite you, the things that make you feel like a little kid, that make you feel enthusiastic, the things that get your blood pumping and your heart racing. And you know, like, we all have these things in our life where we force ourselves to do a certain job and we do certain things and we're just like, oh, this is a good job, the benefits are good, like, why am I mad, why am I complaining? And then we get a little free time where we get to do the things that we love, and the feeling is so different, right? The feeling is so different between the thing that makes us excited and doesn't even feel like work and the thing that we kind of have to push ourselves to be okay with doing. And Aquarius, in February, there's a light under your ass. There's a fire under your ass. Remember what I said about being woken up and snapped out of it? This is a fresh influx of fire and passion and excitement and movement and Aquarius. And then look here on the bottom of the image, you have this river kind of going to the future. So that's how I feel about that river, right? We're flowing into the future. We're moving towards greatness. We're moving towards opportunity. We're moving towards things that get that little child inside of you feeling really giddy and feeling really excited and feeling really ready to just live your best life and not just in a bullshit way. Like, you see, and then also we have you know, for the difference from the 10 of Wands to now the 1. Remember how I said about dropping all those wands and then starting over, right? Guys, thank you, cards, for just validating what I've been saying, because you make me look good right now. Okay, Aquarius, but seriously, like, do you see what I'm saying? And when I show you the cards in a second, I'll point out exactly the trajectory. And then we end with the Queen of Wands, where now this opportunity, this wand of passion and fire and excitement and opportunities, and what is Aquarius doing with that? You're grabbing it and taking hold of it and taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming your way. This is creative fire here, guys. This is somebody who is warm and passionate and full of love and excitement. And this is what the Aquarius, like, dichotomy is right now, right? Both continuing to give love to people and support, but also needing it in return. The Queen of Wands is somebody who people care about. They want to follow her. They want to give her love and joy because she gives it to people, right? This is a very warm queen. This is a fired up queen. This is a passionate queen who cares about arts, who cares about creativity, who cares about making things, right? Who has this fire in her belly to create. That's the thing about you guys, right? Not only do you have big ideas, but you have the will and the drive and the capability to bring them into reality. And the bottom of the deck is 3 of Cups. So some of you guys might have been just going through a time where a lot of what you were doing was for fun, right? You might have just been having fun, having a good time, being a little complacent maybe about where your career is. And now this makes sense. Like, if you're in a place where things were comfortable for you and you're in a place where you know, things, you're just kind of going through the motions, I think it's probably because there were other things in your life going on, like life things, like personal things that needed to be tended to, right? You needed to have some fun. You needed to connect to people. You needed to, you know, get out into the world and just work on your personal development and what you're about and what you're, and you know, what you're all about and what you want. And now we're in the place where the personal stuff has been kind of taken care of in a little bit of a way, and now that we can look at our careers with bigger eyes. Also, I'm going to show you the cards now because I'm seeing something here as well. Aquarius. So let's see if we can get that. Perfect. So you see how we start with the 10 of Pentacles, and then we kind of move around, and we're at the King of Pentacles, and things are good. Things are good. We're accomplishing things. We're manifesting. And then, uh-oh, here comes some emotional complacency and emotional discontentment. And now we're saying we're taking our emotions seriously, and we're focusing on the things that bring us life and make us happy. And then with that, you see how we have now this opportunity. Now we have this Queen of Wands who's taking hold of that opportunity. Is really passionate and fired up. And now she looks at that 10 of Wands with the new eyes, right? This is not as much of a burden. This is a challenge, like I said before, right? This is an accomplishment. This is somebody who's ready and willing to take care of their life and handle their shit and look towards what's next. And then look right on the other side, we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles facing each other. So if you guys are maybe even involved with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just you have this presence in your life of a person who is a grounding presence, who is like responsible. If this could be a father who's caring for you or something like that, there's a rekindling of a connection with another person, I think, partly because of your enthusiasm, because you have this spark that comes back to you, and now you're super attractive, Aquarius, and now you're a little lighter, you're a little more joyous, a little more enjoying life, and now this person is kind of attracted to you now, and this person wants to help you, and this person wants to come to you and give you whatever they can and be supportive of you however they can, right? All right, cool. So let's just take one outcome card and see what we've got. Overall themed outcomes for Aquarius for the month of February. It's like the cards don't want to shuffle. It's like you guys are just making up your own minds right now about what's next for you. This is what I think is going on there. All right. So we have 3 moon cards here, guys. We have the full moon, we have the first quarter moon, and now we have the dark moon. So lots going on this month. We have a new moon in your sign coming up in a couple weeks. A new moon in your sign. So I think about mid-February or so. I need to get the exact date. Actually, I think it's sooner. Today is January, so it's going to be the very beginning of February. There's going to be a new moon in your sign, and new moons ask you to go within and reflect, and I think what you need to do this month a little bit, Aquarius, is take some alone time and take some me time. Separate yourself from the people around you a little bit. Separate yourself if you've been having a lot of fun. Pull back a little bit, because right now I think it's a time to get really, really serious about your future and what you want to accomplish, and I think it's now time to think more seriously about that and disconnect from the outside world a little bit in certain ways, and kind of get in touch with yourself and see exactly what's going on with you and where things need to go, right, from here. Okay, Aquarius, this was a beautiful reading. I think you guys have so much to look forward to in your season. I just see you guys being powerful and ready to fulfill yourselves and move towards what's next, all right? So again, in the comments, you'll find a link to my Etsy site. Every reading is on sale, so check those out. We have those mini love readings, so check that out as well. PayPal donations, you can find there as well. The name of the cards I used today, as well as my Instagram. Please go ahead and follow me there for tarot stuff and just like some other like life fun stuff. Anyway, guys, I think it's going to be a powerful week for you. Check out the Aquarius season reading that I did. That was really fun to do. I'll add that to this video. Otherwise, guys, you have so much going for you, and I think that you're going to get what you need this month. So go ahead and give it to yourself and be okay with demanding it, even if you don't have to like ask for it. Like, demand it in yourself, as in knowing that you deserve this and this is what you need, and not being afraid to present that to the world, and not being afraid to acknowledge to yourself what you need right now, right? Which is passion, which is connection, which is support, which is newness and spontaneity, right? All right, Aquarius, I love you so much. I'll talk to you in March. You take care.